As bad as the Jets' loss to the Rams was on TV, the broadcast, I promise you, the film is that much worse, and it came from every area. Crazy enough, the offensive line was pushing the Rams early, pass protecting well. Offense looked good early on in the first half. I know they only had one touchdown, but it was more circumstance than anything. Then Rodgers fumbles, things go haywire. Defense, the game plan was to dare them to run the ball, and they did. Kyron Williams had about 120 yards, 5 yards a clip, I think, if I remember correctly. They were worried about Kupp and Nakua, so they had a lot too high, played a lot of relaxed, bend but don't break, red zone D. However, what we're going to focus on, and yes, the offense had major issues, the timeouts, the disorganization, just across the board, the coaching. This is going to be the final, not the final Rams drive, but the second to last Rams drive that led to the field goal that cemented it, that iced it, that put them up 10 points. Because on that 3rd and 25, when it happened in real time, I was losing my mind. I couldn't believe the Jets called what they called and treated it the way they did. So after the failed 4th and 4, Rodgers to Conklin, I think, down the seam, Rams get the ball back near midfield. Jets defense, down 7, cannot give up any points. Tough position, no doubt about it. Offense put him in a tough position. But let's see, first down, 2 deep, 4 up front. No, Stafford just did something at the line. Oh, boot against the 2 deep. DJ Reed actually blitzes on the play, which is insane that the Jets blitzed, and Stafford torches the Jets with Nakua. Watch Reed at the bottom blitz. It's not like the Rams knew this was coming. It's just that the line was flowing to the left, boot to the right, so it looks perfect with the left tackle picking up Reed. But in any event, this kick starts the drive. They're already in field goal range, and Rams are off and running. Jets at this point, not a miracle, but they need something to happen. And on this play, listen, if you're a defensive guy, you could live with this. Yes, you'd like to see Clark and the corner, who was that Eccles, bracket it more inside and out. Didn't happen. But that's a broken play in which the quarterback gets out of the pocket. Where's the edge? You could live with that. All right? Got to flex up here. Ooh, little wham action. Takes care of the Jets. And if you've watched the Jets, you know. They run defense has never been good in the Saleh era. Don't give me any numbers. It's been bad. And they're most susceptible to traps, to misdirections, to draws, counters, screens, anything that is not straight ahead. Anything that's a little patient, longer developing. And watch this wham action from the tight end coming down. Was there any other trap on the other side? No, kick out on the left side, wham with the tight end, big gain, gashed him. Oh, here comes the flag. Jets get bailed out, holding, puts them back. So now it's 2nd and 19 or 2nd and 20, I believe. Good shape. I mean, still in field goal range, but Cardi, the rookie, has a good leg. Ulbrich knows, and the defense they should know that, hey, you got to be aggressive here. I mean, they're still in field goal range. Got to push them back. What can you do to push them back? 2nd and long. Which play was this? Oh, yeah. Wide receiver screen. Unbelievable job by DJ Reed. Shout out to Reed and shout out to the coaching. The DB's coaching on defense. They have been, and I've said it since camp in 2021, the DBs have been the best coach position on the Jets for a long time. Watch Reed down here. Dissect it. Press up top. A little off at the bottom with the stack. So they got to be staggered somewhat, but no press. There's a telltale sign, little burst motion to the outside. Screen, now watch Reed. He doesn't hesitate. Against the screen, what you have to do, as a run support, McDonald's going to first, he's going to be unblocked, so he's got to try to deflect it. Can't do it. Reed is reading the quarterback. You can't wait. You have to get up and up in a hurry from an outside-in perspective. Kupp is most likely going to be your blocker because he's outside. Inside guy is going to go for the other corner or linebacker, whoever that is. We'll see. So Reed, meet whoever you can without giving up too much ground wide. So you squeeze the area, engage with your inside shoulder, keep your outside shoulder free, and minimize the edge wide run support. And that's what you do as a DB. And Reed, boom. Perfect. Perfect. Kudos. Kudos, DJ Reed. And that's how you play team defense, folks. That is team defense. Don't try to be a hero. Make the correct play. Here's the play. No, it's not. This is the second to last play. Out wide, Kyren Williams. Quincy's on him. They know it's going to be a man. This is the counter. Yep, this is the second rush attempt that pops. I mean, they get gashed again. 2 rush attempts, and they go twice. But guess what? 2 flags. Holding and taunting by Kyren Williams. So, Jets, they don't do a great job, yet they find themselves in this situation. 34-yard line. It would be a 51-yard field goal from here with Carty. In this weather, it's not as a gimme as it usually would be in this bitterly cold weather. You already missed an extra point, but he's a young kid, has a mega leg. Looking at his numbers, he's missed a couple 40-yarders for in the range of the 40 to 49. I think he missed 1 50-plus. Defensively, and this is what I was up in arms against, let's play it through first. 3rd and 25 from the 34, in fringe field goal range, down by 7. 6 minutes left or so in the fourth. Cannot give up a field goal, because if it goes to 2 possessions, especially in this league where onside kicks are impossible, you're going to lose, bottom line. So, can the defense make a play? Run it through. Stafford brings the tight end from 2x2 to 3x1. Solomon Thomas nearly goes offside. They're overloading it. Play it through. Vertical routes. Late release to Kyren. Quincy, make the play. He doesn't. Out of bounds. That's a critical. How many yards is that? 10 yards? No. 5, 7, 8 yards, whatever it was. It's a critical gain to make that field goal that much closer. Critical. But forget about the actual gain itself. Think of the mentality. The game management. Play calling and strategy is one thing, but game management is another. And the Jets just haven't had a clue. I like Jeff Ulbrich. He's a great football man. I think he's a good coach, good defensive coach, greater, even better person. And he was thrust into an impossible position this year. But having said that, they're the worst coach team in the league. They don't have a clue right now. And what do they do here? It's 3rd and 25. So usually 3rd and 25, you're going to play soft on the back end. It looks like a cover 4 pre-snap all the way. No threat other than the 4-man rush. Okay, so it makes it easier for Stafford. Only 4, at the most 4, is coming at me. And getting something vertical is going to be very difficult. Under usual circumstances, that's the right way to play it on a 3rd and 25. These aren't usual circumstances. This is a 51-yard field goal right now. Excuse me, that would end the game. So when I saw this pre-snap in real time from the press box, I was losing my mind because you can't treat it as a 3rd and 25. You have to treat it as a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. The run is in play. Screen, anything underneath. So if you treat it like a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, you have to bow up, limit the yardage, treat it as it can't give an inch type play, or need a loss. You can't treat it soft like this. I'm sorry, it's just not the right move. But Rams 2x2, tighter splits, running back on the boundary short side. Jets, you see, they game it up front. They overload the one side, and 3rd and 25. You're afforded this opportunity to game it and get extravagant, and they try to do that. And McDonald is the real hero on the play because his inside move is the thing that forces Stafford to have to outlet it to the semi-late release Kyren Williams. Now let's focus on Quincy. Quincy recognizing, dissecting. Good job with Kyren. Good job. Okay, recognizes it inside out. He's got to be inside out. A little hesitation already has him, not off his game completely, but that little hesitation already by Kyren saved him some space on the sideline. As a defender, you're taught to use the sideline to your advantage. So In this position, inside out, as that linebacker, inside out. Okay, you got to break down now. Break down, break down, break down, break down. That little hesitation right there. Not easy. I get it. Not easy. But here's the sin. He does a great job up until this point. And it would be, no gain if he makes the tackle. But sometimes you have to understand the situation. The situation, it was a cover 4 pre-snap look. We'll get into the coverage in a second. But because of that, you know you're on an island. And you know the help might be late arriving. So what can you not do here? You cannot lose your feet. You have to keep your feet. And easier said than done with a guy like Kyren Williams. I get it. But you got to keep your feet. Breakdown, decent job. We get the other angle too to show you. But fundamentals, get your head across. Head across. If you get your head across here, head across. He's not doing it. If you get your head across, keep your face mask up. Quincy has a habit, hard hitter, love it. But he has a habit of dipping his crown down. And that makes me nervous, actually, sometimes when he's making tackles. Keep your face mask up. Head across. Didn't squeeze the sideline as much as he could because of the move by Kyren. But if you just get your head across and wrap and keep your feet, you could hold them up until the troops rally. And by the time the troops rally, it's too late. It's 5, 6, 7 extra yards, which gives them the field goal. Now, coverage. Cover 4 pre-snap. Was it turn out to be 2x2 to 3x1? A lot of teams will default into a cover 6 in this situation. I think they stay 4, or we'll call it quarters. More of a drop 4, not match because of the situation. 3rd and 25. But again, why? You got to treat it like a 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 4. So space, space, space. Look at how soft they are. I mean, okay, tighter splits, so you expect maybe an out. An out with Nakua, an out with Kupp, or maybe that's their third receiver because Kupp's in the slot. So out with Kupp or Nakua and out with the third. Tip of the cap, again, to the DB coaching. It's not their fault. They're playing soft. That's the coverage. That's the call. Outside. I mean, their technique on the outside, their leverage, their shade is great. They're in the perfect spot. They know it's quarters. They know they have 2 inside. And that's a great spot to be in terms of the call, in terms of what they were told to do. Quincy, great job again. Stafford, we see McDonald. Look at McDonald at the bottom. Spin to the inside. He's the hero of the play because he forces Stafford to have to get rid of it quickly. And if he doesn't have to get rid of it quickly, he would have had Higbee on the late release, the chip and release, for a lot more yards, I think. But either way, McDonald makes it happen. And there goes Kyren. All he's got to do is get another 5, 6, 7 extra yards here, and he does. So, I mean, what would I do in this situation? Jets rarely blitzed yesterday. We just saw the DJ Reed corner blitz, which, dropped jaws all across the nation. But I would have went with a familiar nut cruncher, single high, solo high safety, not too far off, 10, 12 yards, with press on the outside, press that turns into, a 5, 6 yard squat on the outside, hard press on Kupp in the slot. And 4 across the front, double A gap, have one of the A gaps come, and you can game it up front with the 5-man rush if you want. The other drops opposite of the solo high safety who drops down into a robber type position, more of a deeper curl area in conjunction to potentially take away inbreakers like slants. So 5 coming, 6 on the back end, and you got to try to get a sack there. You got to try to make something happen. And the mentality has to be, Stafford, we know it's 3rd and 25, but we're not going to play softs. We're not going to take away the vertical. In fact, we're going to dare you to throw the vertical. That's what the situation called for, to dare the offense to try to throw the vertical. But they didn't do that. Here it is from the end zone view. Clemens wide 9. McDonald's getting wider. There's the gaming up front. McDonald makes it happen without the game, without the stunt. And he really pushed the play forward. And let's watch Quincy here. That little stutter step was the deal. I love how he's not out of control. We see Quincy a lot, with his hard hitting, get out of control and not break down. He breaks down to a solid degree, but that little stutter there crushes him because at this point he can't get his head across. And I know you're on an island. It's a tough ask. It is a tough situation. But whatever you do, don't do this. Don't lunge. Just do whatever you can to ride the ball carrier. Run with the ball carrier, wrap, and hold, and wait for the troops to rally. But it doesn't happen. And listen, I think Quincy's the last person, not the last person, but by far not even close to the top priority in terms of what went wrong on this series. I think it starts with coaching. I think it starts with game management and thinking more deeply about the situation of the game. And not treating a 3rd and 25 as such when you get really fortunate 2 times in a row. A holding call on that wham that sent them back, and then a holding call and a taunting call on the counter that they popped off for 8 or 9 yards. That sent them to the 34 in a 3rd and 25 situation. But unfortunately, they treat it like 3rd and 25 when they shouldn't. They should be treating it like 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, because you can't give up a field goal here. You got to press the issue. And the Jets, like always, don't play to the situation.